Amendment of the United States Constitution, on a federal level, the entire nation, it grants the citizens right to bear arms.
Yeah, I understand that. So does most countries, but at the same time,
Yeah, I think.
Alright, hold on, not to cut you guys or anything, but what I'm just realizing is that we have been having some technical issues that they weren't hearing anything. So, we for those of you who are actually there and actually, if you're hearing right now, please let me know. We are currently discussing the mass shooting that's been happening
Yeah, in Texas.
and I
I'm
was just
trying really hard
sharing
not to
that
get upset about that.
yeah, sharing that it has been 146 days, and in the United States alone there has been 212 mass shootings thus far in 146 days. So
That's insane.
yeah, it is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that cultures are different. I mean,
Right.
we live in Jamaica and we have Jamaican cultures. You also have US cultures, you have European cultures, Asian, Indian, and so on.
Right.
But the American culture of glorifying the gun, I don't believe that is something beneficial to a nation, because when the Second Amendment came about, the right to bear arms, this was back in the 16th century, 17th century, I think.
Me never did it, but go on.
Yeah,
Right, it
me
was
never did,
way
yeah,
back
me
then
never
when
did plan for them thing there, so me don't know.
Yeah, it was way back then when America was just being founded, and they were literally fighting for their lives. They were fighting the revolution to liberate their country and what have you. And I
Right.
get that. You needed
Right.
to be armed to
Okay.
keep yourself safe. But in this modern era, where we have police and military to protect citizens, why do we need that many people?
Are they protecting
Oh,
That is a
citizens?
very good question. No, to serve and protect, are they actually serving and
That's
protecting
my point.
the citizens?
Yeah, because at
That's
the end
and
of the day,
individuals? Because sorry, not to cut you, but think about this, right?
Mhm.
There was a previous mass shooting last week in Buffalo.
Mm.
Now, that Buffalo mass shooting was done by a Caucasian individual who traveled 300 and something miles to stake out the place and then come back the following day and shoot up. Now, who got injured there?
African American
Right,
people.
minorities.
Yeah.
Now, you can understand, say, you know what, you're in a country and you're different.
Mm.
You need to protect yourself if you're being picked on.
Yeah.
However, is it right? Because there are certain rules in place that help to protect, but then you have people who normally bend the rules,
Mhm.
and when you start bending the rules, the lines become
Blurred.
Blurred.
exactly.
Yeah.
And then because of that, now you're gonna be like, all right, what is right? We can't have a gun because, funny enough, you can get a gun. For example,
Mhm.
in Florida, in certain parts of Florida, you can get a gun
Mhm.
and you can have it at home. You don't
Mhm.
need a license for that,
Mm. Didn't know that.
right? As long as you're not carrying it,
Yeah.
right?
so that makes sense.
Second Amendment.
That no
Your
make no
right to bear
sense.
arms.
No. I understand that. I understand the need to bear arms, but even if you have to defend yourself, even if the police are not on your side or they don't arrive in time or whatever the circumstances may be, there is no possible case where you would need enough firepower to take on an army just to defend your house. I understand having a handgun, one of those small revolvers or Glocks or what
Uh-huh.
have you.
You
But
nobody want no small
what
revolver,
is
no
an-
jacks and all
what
that.
is anyone really doing with an assault rifle? Honest to God.
What you mean?
I mean, those things can kill how many people per minute?
Because a regular gun can't kill how many
Exactly.
people per minute?
What you
A
mean?
pistol can't. You don't understand this.
We're not promoting violence, guys. We're just
No,
discussing
we're
the
not.
impact
You
of
know.
guns. But
Yeah.
my thing is,
Mm-hmm.
those little munchkins,
Mm-hmm.
they went to school,
Thank you.
going to school, planning to have a really cool day with
Alright.
their friends,
Yeah.
probably picking on somebody they don't like, or saying that, oh, I don't
Not
like this
encouraging
type of.
bully.
Not encouraging bullying, by the way.
Yeah.
And probably looking in their lunch kit and probably being disappointed because their mom put salary instead of an apple. Right? Right?
Yeah.
And then those parents are sitting at home or at work thinking that, oh, my little girl, my little boy, my twins, they're okay. My triplets, they're okay. And you just look on the TV or hear on the radio like, boom.
Your picnic dead.
Yeah.
But no, even worse. All right. So, from a parent's point of view, right?
Mm-hmm.
You send your child to school.
Yeah.
You know, your little 9, whatever, a year-old child, and then they're at school. Regular day, you drop them off, you're minding your own business.
Yeah.
You get a call that there's been a shooting at your school. the first thing you are going to do a rush go down. Now you can imagine all those parents, all those people who have plans for in the evening. Oh, you know, evening we go Burger King, we got some food, we go Olive Garden, we go to whatever, right? We got all back steak. We got all of this when we come from school or we're going on. We go Disney World this weekend.
Yeah.
You get a call, so there's a shooting at the school. You run, go down there to find your child, because, you know the chaos.
Yeah.
You hear, say your child was one of them hit. Wait.
I can't even begin to imagine.
Listen,
Boy.
that's like your whole womb just gone.
Look here, man.
Completely.
That's just insane. Like, I think it's come to a point where America really needs to prioritize what's important, because yes, defending yourself is important. Yes, hunting is an excellent hobby. Yes, people have the constitutional right to bear arms, but is it worth all these dead children?
No, it's not.
All right. Now I'm glad
Not just
you
the
said
children
this.
either, but the teachers
Exactly.
that
Right.
work that too.
No,
Is
let
it
me
worth all
ask
these-
you
Because
guys
those
this question.
teachers have children and families
Alright.
and aunt, uncle, everything.
So we're talking about this, and we put a big spotlight on the United States, but
Yeah.
let's take it locally.
you
Because
heard about the amount of teachers that died within the week.
me just talk about it tell you right now. So looking at this locally, right?
Yeah.
You have, as they say on the street, people dead every day,
Yeah.
right? And there are certain parts of this country where
God would not approve.
certain parts of this country where people are dead every day,
Yeah.
whether it be through bad mind or illegal acquisition of money and all of
Jealousy,
this.
Accidentally got
murder,
shot because the
suicide.
good man
Right.
not have no aim.
Now, look at how many children get caught up in this system and actually get caught by this system,
Mm.
right? But then we have school shooting what happened overseas, and it's a big thing all over, but yet still here we are, little children getting shot on a daily basis and children getting killed some weird way, and it's just a normal day in the country.
Yeah,
All right,
cause,
you have a point there. We kind of
Yeah, 'cause
normalize
infam of
violence
dead.
local,
Right.
yeah, cause infam of the dead.
See,
as they say.
that is
But
the
the
thing
thing is-
right there.
But the thing is, I don't think I've ever seen a case in Jamaican history where someone walks into a school and just
That is-
shoots
look here.
indiscriminately.
Look
Like,
here.
yes, you have- you
yes,
have
that
to-
does not happen. But you do have a case where a student walk into a school and stab another one.
Right.
You
That's
do
true.
have a case where a student goes to class and one piss them off and they lick them out of a chair. You do have a case where a student goes to school and a teacher go and bad and the student lick down the teacher and the teacher lick down the student. So it might not be gun-related violence, but school violence is
But
still
there
there.
are gun-related violence in school.
Yeah, no, I get that.
It might not be. It might not be okay on the outskirts as it pertains to being on the news or things like that. But it does happen.
Yeah,
Right.
it does. But
Right.
I've never seen
But
a
as-
case where
but-
someone just shoots indiscriminately at a school.
That's true. Like,
But the violence here,
it-
you state a good
it-
point. It's something that we
It's
need to deal
there,
with.
but it's just that at the end of the day, we have this, as Mr. Infam of a dead type of culture to the point where, let's take Mandeville for example.
hmm.
Right? I was saying to somebody the other day, Mandeville is great.
Mhm.
Manchester is a great parish.
Manchester clean, one of
I
the cleanest
would've-
parish me ever seen.
It
you
is
need
a-
to go Portland. Sorry.
True though. And I said I would not, probably the only other place I'd go to live would be
Mobe.
no
Oh,
Portland.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
Excuse
Okay.
me. I don't know geography so good.
Of
Wow.
all the places.
Yeah,
No
wow.
shade. Right? The only other place I'd go to live would be Portland. So now back to Manchester. It's nice here. It's a, retiree parish, as a lot of people would say.
Yeah.
But then there are so many things that happen in Manchester that you will never see come on the news. But it's through hearsay or he say, she say. And it
Mm.
just flies over your head and it goes about like a normal day. But everybody sees Manchester as the most, or one of the most peaceful parishes in Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
It's a mentality that we've developed over the years, because one of the other
Yeah,
things that we're going
including
to
the
talk
one when
about.
they say Mandeville people rich. Cause
No
I
man,
don't
none of that.
know.
Me I talk about the whole thing
I
where,
don't know.
for example, right now Corona is still happening. That's
Mhm.
still a thing.
Yeah, in a go.
Mhm.
Right,
100%.
in Ogan, it's still a
Yeah.
thing. But
And
yet
mask
still,
wear and them
it
things.
has become a norm where, Corona happen out there. Me not catch it, so it's alright. Ukraine, I get attacked
Still
by
a
Russia. That's still a thing. But, it not directly affect me right
It's
that.
worrying how
But-
quickly we're getting used
Thank
to
you. This is what-
events that
this is
are
what I'm
not
saying, right?
natural.
Right, that is it.
Yeah.
However, we're going to have a pause to take a break. And we come back with more stuff after this. So, hold on.
Teflon, na 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 na. Zing Fen, na 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 na. Spanish town me born and grow. One heap of bad man me know. One thing they all have in common. The whole of them poor. Me tell you this. You know fi bad and hungry. You know fi bad and hungry. Anything bad fi that shit. If I were you, I woulda sell my gun. If I were you, I woulda sell my gun. If I were you, me woulda sell my gun and buy a old Corolla. Taxi me run and buy me daughter stroller. Son a baller but him no score no goal. Cause the boots for him have no insola. Me want show him say that he a the boss. Him got the shoe shop, pick up anyone you want. New shoes, new shirt, new shots. Can't bust gun and me pick them a ball. Oh, me no fi bad and hungry. Oh, you fi bad and hungry. Anything bad fi that way. If I were you, I woulda sell my gun. I were you. If I were you, I woulda sell my gun. If I were you, I woulda sell my gun and buy a burning machine. Like every chronic CD. Dread and terrible that to the full up the sheets. And me now watch no face car food I fi eat. Granny want bed and she want new teeth. But the teeth are for where she needs somewhere for sleep. So she see a silly on TV. I'm a trust that she need with some brand new shit. Ba-da-da. Oh, you feel bad and hungry. You know feel bad and hungry. Anything bad for that shit. If I were you, I woulda sell my gun. If I were you, I woulda sell my gun. Come on, if I were you.
Boy, they got chronics right through.
All right. Boy, I don't know.
All I'm gonna say is this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just to like, close out that.
Segment.
Yeah, it's like, oh God, say my come. Yeah, Ganda's forward. Because this is crazy.
Yeah.
No, like literally, this is.
I mean, with all the things that are happening, I mean, we have a mass pandemic, we have one superpower invading another nation. There are just so many unprecedented things. Like, if I was a history student in the future,
Listen,
I would worry about this
we
period.
not fling with all the book because me not know. At this point,
Mm-hmm.
they have a whole lot to read about.
Right? Like, every single day there's more history
And then
happening.
we as adults know who is whichever comes first, experiencing
Yeah.
this whole phenomenon. Like we're going to be able to tell them like, no, that's not how it went, but like this is how it went. And then
Yeah.
everybody's going to have like 5, 6, 7, 20 different stories about how that actual event went based on what they heard. It's gonna be really cool.
Yeah.
So shout out to that.
Right about now, we actually write history.
That's what I'm
We're
saying.
living history.
That's what I'm saying.
We're
Shout
living
out to
in
the
it.
person who is
Look
actually
here.
penning it down in a book, because that person gonna sell a lot of books in
Yeah.
real life. Now, can we talk about Elon Musk, because right now must stress me out.
Okay, Elon Musk.
So this lovely person, who is the owner of Tesla, yes,
Mm-hmm.
one of the biggest car companies in the world.
Yeah.
So he decides that he's finally going to buy Twitter
Mhm.
out. I don't remember for how much. I think millions or billions
it
of
was
dollars.
44 billion.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, to be honest, he is all about voicing your opinion and being open about your opinion, which Twitter has always been like that.
Mm.
So nothing about Twitter has really changed that much in terms of features and stuff. But me just feel like he never had nothing to do.
Mm. You know, you raise a very interesting point about voicing your opinion. Personally, I believe that the whole topic of free speech is, of course, controversial. But my personal point of
snap.
view is that, yes, ideas need to be expressed. But there are some ideas that are so dangerous to the functioning of society and the welfare of human life
Me tell you
that it just
something.
can't entertain them.
Some people just have too much internet and megabytes and gigabytes and data and them something there. Some
Yeah.
people just need to just get up from around the keyboard and go outside and buck them left toe
Yeah.
and explore the different animals that are in the world. Like, big and serious. Like, I was saying to my students, I think it was last week,
Yeah.
Thursday, that there's nothing wrong in having an opinion.
Mm-hmm.
However, not all opinions need to be voiced.
Yeah.
Some you can actually keep to yourself.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like, when you go and you voice this said opinion and people start attacking you, be like, oh my God. And this is why I always say to people that Twitter is not really a bad place.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that at the end of the day, just like how you go into a new organization and you read the room
Mm-hmm.
before you start talking to anybody,
Yeah.
or before you start mentioning certain things or asking about certain policies and culture,
Mm-hmm.
it's the same thing you do when you're on social media. You read the room, whether it's Twitter, Instagram, doesn't matter what it is. You read the room before you make a statement.
Yeah.
And once you read the room before you make a statement, you know what opinion to voice versus what not to voice. Now you have some people who really and truly they probably not have no friend. Or nobody when they close in this come on social media and it's like vent.
Yeah.
You have people like that. You see those things, you ignore them. Ignoring things is actually possible.
Yeah.
You can do it, people. It's not that hard to.
So I just want to know how you feel about Elon doing this. 'Cause
What,
me
buying
and-
out Twitter?
Yeah,
But
me
that's
wait
like
to
you
hear.
never done for them. I don't really feel to never feel that way. I mean, the
okay.
revenues in terms of investments in Twitter for persons who are doing like stocks and bonds and things like that, it did shoot
Yep.
ridiculously high.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I mean, anything he now says on Twitter, it's like, okay, it's Elon Musk, I'ma do it. If Elon Musk comes on Twitter today and speak about a new Bitcoin, that is just it for the rest of the day.
Yeah, please
Yeah.
don't do that yet, Elon. Please.
Yeah. Asking for a
no,
friend.
no,
We could
the-
build it back first.
The
But
thing.
yeah,
the
I
thing
really have no problem with him buying Twitter. It's perfectly fine to me. It
Okay,
hasn't
okay.
changed.
the problem
And it
with
won't either because he's very big on free speech. So.
the problem with my end is that no one should be rich enough to buy a corporation as big as Twitter. And what I mean by that is, let me put it this way:
Sir?
44 billion US dollars is a lot
Yes, it is.
of money,
It is a lot to you, but it's nothing to him.
and that is a problem. With 40, imagine if Jamaica could have done with 44 billion US dollars. Just think about it for a moment. Imagine all the homeless people we could have give home. Imagine all the people we could have feed. Imagine all the people we could have sent to school with 44 billion US.
What about the millions of
dollars.
US that they found in Mabay in that house? You know how many persons they could actually use that with to the person that was trafficking all that money?
Look
Exactly.
here, me not even going to touch upon that one day, because
So,
so many unanswered
and as
questions
you're
here.
talking about buying out corporations, did you know that all the social media applications you use have been bought out by somebody?
Mm-hmm.
Let's take, for example, Mark Zuckerberg. He bought out Instagram. He bought out WhatsApp.
Mm-hmm.
I think he now has Snapchat, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember.
Yeah.
So all of these, Amazon, for example, no, he doesn't have Amazon, but I'm just saying,
yeah.
all of these huge online platforms that you either buy stuff through or advertise through or do digital marketing or social media marketing too, it has been bought out by a billionaire.
and
So complaining about it or even saying that, oh, it's not even, it makes no sense because you're still using it and you're still feeding them your money and you're still data mining at the end of the day.
Yeah, but the thing
Perfect
is-
song for this, you know.
Hmm?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
perfect song for this. Nah, but like, just saying.
You are unbelievable. I'm just saying though, at the end of the day, even though Elon Musk went ahead and bought out Twitter for $44 billion, if you're an investor, whether you're young or you're old, or you're just a user, or you're in stocks and bonds, you still benefit. Nobody really loses at the end of the day.
Yes.
I'm understanding where you're saying that, okay, all of that money could be used for something else other than buying out a huge corporation. But Twitter actually made history because that social media platform took the longest to be bought out by any millionaire.
Yeah, but where my problem comes in is when you have these billionaires buying out these companies, that is a lot of power they wield, because some of these platforms, they are so critical to our day-to-day lives. For example, Google, when you search for something on Google shows you what you see. I don't know if you noticed, but Google actually changes your search result depending on your beliefs, political or otherwise, your previous experiences, your location, who you vote for. Like, if you Google could show you one thing and someone else a completely different thing. In fact, the complete opposite thing. And when you have these platforms where people work, where people talk, where people do business, and all of these are controlled by people, and those people have agendas, it's a very slippery slope. Because Look at Facebook. There's just so much misinformation on Facebook these days. Not only political, but when it comes to COVID-19, like there was this huge thing where people thought horse dewormers were better than vaccines for COVID-19, and people got into that, and people are literally dying from this misinformation. And it's a real problem when you have all these organizations that are so critical to our lives and are controlling and shaping our lives, and they're all owned by people with agendas. It just freaks me out, to be honest.
It is weird, and it does freak you out. But at the end of the day, as a user of social media, there is something called taking a break. There is something called ignoring. There's something called filtering. There's something called not every opinion you need to voice. There is something called not everything that you read you need to believe.
Yeah.
There's something called research.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And there's something at the end of the day that these are people just like you and me. You could do what they do. You're just not in the organization to do it. I could do what they do. I'm just not in the organization to do it.
As in, you think we could just become billionaires?
What stop you?
What is stopping you? There's nothing that's what I'm saying, you know. I'm just saying that the information that is placed on these social media platforms and it's controlled by these persons who run these social media platforms. If you were in the organization and you had that responsibility to run that social media platform, you could do what they do. Hence why I listed all those previous options from before.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they can't strip all that power from you unless you allow them to strip all that power from you.
That's true.
So the minute you realize that that is the case, you stop investing so much of your life in social media. You go outside, go walk a dog.
Yeah, but the thing with social media is, it's not as it was back in, say, 2005, where you have an online and an offline. We're seeing a new world where the virtual and the physical is merging. Virtual things are having real life impacts in the physical realm. We have people believing things that they saw online. We have people voting according to what they see online. We have people organizing unions and strikes online, and then that's having real life implications. So it's not just a case where you can just log off social media. You can, of course, you can log off social media, take a break, and that's healthy, of course. But at the same time, these infrastructure that we're using, I believe they're becoming at a point where they're fundamental to our daily lives, because I can't imagine getting a job without an email address, because you have to send a resume somewhere, right? I can't imagine living a life without a cell phone, because you're going to need to call people. I don't think there's anyone in this modern age who can work without a cell phone.
Well, on a minute. You know,
still.
let me share something with you. Recently, I was assisting someone in filling out the application form for a United States visa.
Yeah.
There's a section on it that asks you for your social media presence. So it asks you for what social media you're on,
Yeah.
and your handle for each of them.
It's vital because they
Right.
run through your social
Exactly.
media, and that determines whether or not you enter a person's country.
No.
Not even just the United States. A lot of
No.
countries do it.
Yeah.
A lot of times when you go for a job interview, one of the things that they're going to do
Background
is
check.
actually background check on your social media to see who you are.
Yeah.
Because you can come in, be Mr. Presentable and professional and everything.
But on social
And then
media,
when you go
you,
on social media, you're
you
there.
are crazy.
You're there at the latest party till God know what time of hours a morning before
Yeah.
you go in, and you have your pictures and videos up there, and it's a different person that they're seeing in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then your first impression, they will take that. But then once you get acclimatized to this institution, they're going to see who you really be.
Can I give an example?
Go ahead.
So, my Instagrams, for example,
Yeah.
because I have 3 different accounts. I have one for my writings, one where I blog, and the other where I just post random people that inspire me a lot.
Yeah.
Right? So, and I also make, because Instagram now has this feature called Reels, where you can post like 15 to 60-second videos of probably things that are funny in your life, or you just want to say something that's cool
Yeah.
and stuff. So, one day I was in my animation class, and my student, she was there scrolling through her Instagram, and she saw one of my videos. I don't remember what I was talking about in the video. More than likely, it was something inspirational, because normally when I do talk videos like that, it's normally something encouraging to person.
Yeah.
And when I went home, I said to my mom, that's why it's important to have, that's why it's important to be careful what you put on social media.
Yeah.
No, I was not expecting my student to find my account through Reels. I was
Yeah.
not expecting that.
Yeah.
My students went as far as one of them were down, one of them, they were sad for that matter. And they took one of my videos off of my Instagram and sent it in the WhatsApp group just to encourage their classmates. So I am there and I'm like,
Nice.
I was saying to my mom, like, that's why I have to be careful what
Yeah.
I post on social media. Because at the end of the day, it impacts somebody. It speaks volume to somebody. No, imagine if me did that on social media. Break it down. You understand me?
Yeah.
And my students see that, they're going to be like, wait. Because
Yeah.
Miss is not like that in person.
You know, I'm glad you brought that up because whenever the argument for privacy and being careful online comes up, there's always someone who says, I'm an open book. I have nothing to hide. And here's the problem with that.
Everybody has something behind.
Thank you.
Everybody has something
And
behind.
even if you're an open book, you can't have one personality, one characteristic to match every single social situation.
That's fact.
Who you are to your mom and your dad
It's not
is
who
not
you
the
are
same.
to your friends. It's not who you are to your peers. It's not who you are to your students. It's not who you are to your boss.
Exactly. You have different contexts to which different rules apply. A
Yeah.
football game is different from an office conference. Both are perfectly
Wait,
fine
which
and socially
football?
acceptable.
Like soccer or like American?
What is
Just
this
joking.
soccer you speak of? Football.
I'm not a sports person myself, but I'm just saying.
Wow.
There are different contexts, and each of them may be socially acceptable. But if they mix, it may cause
problem.
problems.
Chaos, friend.
So you have to be very careful what you
Yes,
post online.
sir.
All right.
For
so
you, for
we're
you.
gonna take another break and then.
Because
move
Elon
into-
Musk still.
Yeah.
Anyway, there. There you live.
All right.
I go drink water and mind my business. Mind my business. Drink water and mind my business. Mind my business. I go drink water and mind my business. Mind my business. Drink water and mind my business. Who me? I don't watch people, man. I'm looking for house and land. Who me? I don't watch people things. I's a queen. I have my own king. How some of them that stalk the most, like they know it all. Ask them how they get their Gucci purse. I go drink water and mind my business. Mind my business. Drink water and mind my business. Mind my I go drink water and mind my business. Mind my business. Drink water and mind my business. Me and them can't be friends. I fight the battle and Jah give me health and strength. Now it's we. That can't be English. That had to be French. How some of them that stop me.
She's right. That is French.
Anyway, true words to live by. Just drink water and mind your business. Anyway.
So it's out to all multilinguals in these streets.
Wow. Okay.
So our next topic, as I'm sure all of you heard, have been making the rounds. Teacher arrested after missing 14-year-old girl.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
Nope,
yeah, yeah. I
I
heard about that
actually have not
today.
heard about
I heard
this.
about that today.
So you have to go fill me in for
And
that
I
one,
am
yeah.
just here
Wow.
like, friend, all
What?
if the 14-year-old is show up at your yard,
Wait.
run him over.
Okay, now have to go fill me in on it.
All right,
What's
so
happening here?
according to the Jamaica Gleaner, a Clarendon teacher is now in police custody
Whoa.
after a 14-year-old girl who has been missing was found at his home in the parish on Saturday.
Sorry, his.
Yep.
His
Wow.
home.
Okay.
sir.
Okay.
Yeah. So the Gleaner understands that the police went to the man's home on Saturday following an intelligence-based probe. The teacher wasn't home, and the police were there knocking for a good while. But while the police were there, him drive up. But he was telling the police it wasn't his house, so
The
they
way
took his
all the
key.
pots come out and he said him drive up.
No,
Like
I'm
that.
reading from a source. So the teacher wasn't home, and the police were there knocking for a good while. But while the police were there, him drive up. But he was telling the police that it wasn't his house. So they took his key, tried the lock, and the door opened.
That was so smart for a teacher. That was very dumb.
So the police went into the house and found the girl hiding. That's what the source said.
Found the girl hiding. So the
Mhm.
girl was hiding from the police that was knocking on the door, and she was hiding from the man.
Yeah.
I need to know.
Yeah,
But
no.
as I said initially,
Mhm.
as a teacher, you see me. If a student eventually finds out where I live, you understand? First of all, let's not even go there. If you are teaching this student,
Mhm.
or a teacher shows interest in the student, or the student shows interest in the teacher, you break it right there so.
You shut that down.
You shut it down right there so. But then again,
Me just curious though. Like, when did she go missing?
that's
I'm
yeah.
trying to find a source here.
So she's been missing for a while.
She's
A
been missing for a
while.
while,
Are you serious?
and
Mhm.
it was and it it's
So is she willingly there or
That's
she's
what
held?
I'm trying
like
to figure. Yeah, because honestly
wha-
speaking,
wha-
We don't know. Hold on, let me see if I can find
honestly speaking, I listen. Because at this point, you're like, as a teacher, you send this child home. This child does not belong to you, and you have no right harboring this 14-year-old.
All I can
Whether,
say,
whether or not the 14-year-old
sorry.
voluntarily picked up herself and carried
I
herself
wonder if you
there.
realize you keep saying it. This 14-year-old. No further. Like what?
See, when I was 14, I was at dance practice, so I don't know.
no, the thing is that there's just some troubled people in the world and in this
Boy.
country. And we need to have better safeguards to protect our children and to protect people in general, because when you have a case where in a classroom there's a particular relationship between a teacher and a student looks to a teacher for guidance, a student sees a teacher as a role model. Students are there to learn. They don't know much about a lot of stuff, and that's where the teacher comes in to guide them, to educate them, to show them what is right and wrong. So teachers have a very important role to play, and they're in a lot of power when it comes to their position, and there needs to be better
Some of them don't even
safeguards.
understand the power them have, to be honest with you.
Exactly, there need to be better safeguards to ensure that the teachers are staying true to the ideals of the education system.
Not just that too. I mean, I say this all the time. As a teacher, you're the parent away from the actual parent.
Mm-hmm.
You understand me? You have some of these students, when they're comfortable enough with you, they might tell you everything will go on in them life, don't all will go on in them yard.
Yeah.
You understand me? Because they see you as a comfort zone enough to open up to you and talk to you.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? No. As a teacher, I have experienced that. I have students that talk to me and say, Miss, this status when me I go through, I just need advice. And Miss Ray, I sit and I talk to you and I leave it there.
Yeah.
Me not have no need for you to carry it no further. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You be that shoulder to lean on and you get up and go about your business.
Yeah.
You have no need to take emotionally advantage or mental advantage of that child, because at the end of the day, that child does not belong to you. I say to them, listen, when you come to school, you're my responsibility. When you reach home, until you reach home, you're still my responsibility. See, after you go through your mother, your father gate, you're no longer my
Yeah,
responsibility.
but in all seriousness, for real, you know, because if a child is at school and
Yeah.
they leave and go on the road, anything that happens to them out there, they're going to be contacting the school.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
then now go call
'cause
them
it's
parents
still-
and say, you know,
So I say to my students all the time, I said, listen, when you leave school, let me know when you're home.
Okay,
Because
yeah.
at the end of the day, whether you choose to go east, west, north, or south before you reach your yard, you're still my responsibility until you get home. And if
Yeah.
nothing happened to your
Okay.
road, I am the last person that sees you.
It's so
As an
true.
adult that sees you, not even your friends, because your friends can lie.
Mhm.
As an adult, I have to tell the truth because your safety is
your-
possibly at risk.
Yeah.
Now, if you as a teacher get up and you take advantage of a student mentally, emotionally, physically, or in any way, shape, or form, then sir, miss, ma'am.
Yeah. I think
You
there
know-
needs to be. Go ahead.
before you said that, you know, I just want to make this clear to those who are listening that in Jamaica there is an organization that you can speak out to.
That
And I'm
is
not
true.
just talking about children.
Yeah.
Because as an adult, if you are witnessing any form of abuse does not necessarily mean physical or sexual. There are various types
Yeah,
of
it's
abuse.
emotional,
it's
You
mental, it's
need
verbal.
to
it's-
speak out on
Yeah.
behalf of that child. Because one thing that we realize that we teach our children is that when you grow up, you have to grow up tough.
Mm.
You know, if you're in farm, grow up tough. You're a man, you know, if you go talk and ball. No, we
That's
need
a
to
problem.
get rid of that mentality.
Facts.
Because
All I told.
what we are doing, we are keeping these children in a little shell. So when they grow up, they not going to want to leave the shell. They're so accustomed to it. So anything that happen to them, they not going to want to talk because, you know, me not going to want to say something because of this and that. Like, we can't live like that.
No, I'm glad you mentioned that, because one of the problems that we have here in Jamaica is this tough guy mentality.
Right. Yeah.
And I think it harkens back to our days in slavery. Honest to God,
No, that's
truth,
true.
Because
yeah.
because for one, Jamaicans believe in spare the rod and spoil the
Yeah.
child. Picnic
Yeah.
to get beaten when they misbehave. But that is physical abuse. But we've become so accustomed
Depending on
to
to
it.
the-
Hold on,
the
hold
way-
on, hold on.
pause.
You did get beaten when you were younger?
Yes, I got beat when I was
Did it
young.
Yeah,
make you any
it-
better
it-
as a human being?
I don't know. I just know how to avoid getting beaten. That's
There you
basically
There
how
you go, it
to-
makes you
Well
better.
done.
No, see, there's nothing wrong in spanking your child. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But you have some people who just take it to the extreme to the point where the picnic get
Yeah,
cut
so
up and the picnic get licking at
there's
the
a
head with this.
difference
There's a
with discipline and
huge
abuse.
difference. Yeah, there's a huge difference.
Because
Because
some
me to
people-
get beaten when me at the
Some
picnic.
people just take out their anger
And best
and
believe,
frustration.
at my age, at my nice, good age, which I mention upon people in radio,
Mm.
right? I am happy I did get 2 slap and me did little, because right now I see some children getting away with some things, and I am telling you, if at my age get away with what? Just the look, just the eye look alone,
No,
beat you.
No, see, that's what I'm touching on. Like, even in this room, we have differences in opinion in terms of whether beating is right or wrong. Like, that's how contentious this issue is. But what I'm saying is that in Jamaica, we're so normalized to certain things that we don't see it as wrong because we were raised that way, and so we would pass that on to our child.
True.
Right, yeah.
But just for example, shouting at a child, most people not see that as wrong. Them see it as just disciplining a child. But
Right, no.
in some contexts, that is emotional
That's-
abuse.
And also verbal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we need to.
I really and truly don't believe that you shouting at your children. You never get your point across.
Yeah, I believe that there needs for one to be a sensitization in Jamaica.
Not-
there needs to be a consciousness
Not even that
raising.
too. Parents just need to stop believing that them picking no sense.
And also stop believing them picnic and them a friend.
Exactly, because at the
Because
end of the
that
day,
right
I
there,
said
it-
children observe what you do.
Yes, yes,
Children
that is
reflect
true.
you.
That is true.
They reflect you in every way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if you see a child answering an adult a certain way, I said check the parent.
Yeah.
And I hear my mom with it all the time, and the older I get is the more I see it. Even though as a teacher, I see it, because at the end of the day, a lot of persons say, "Oh, why the teacher never did this to the child, that to the child?" I said, "Why you as a parent never did that to the child in the first place?" The discipline starts as soon as you go to the hospital and give birth to that nice, beautiful baby. That's where discipline starts.
Discipline starts at home for real.
Yeah,
Yep.
it start no matter even if the baby is 0.
Yeah.
That little munchkin is adapting
Yeah.
to everything around
That's true.
him or her.
Yeah.
That person learns on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if you decide to, okay, I go spare the rod and spoil the child hope, which the Bible did not say that.
Yeah.
But if you decide that you're going to spare the rod and spoil the child and be like, oh, him grow out of what?
Well,
But the thing is, I think in Jamaica we need education, and not in the sense that
Alright,
ABCs
Jacob.
1, 2, 3s. We need education in how to live, and what I mean by that is, in terms of parenting, in terms of conflict resolution, in terms of how to navigate problems in life. The most we ever have at that little 30-minute guidance counseling session back in
the
that high
30-minute
school.
guidance counseling session.
No, but that's literally what happens. Like so
high
much,
school. We did it in a primary school, but go on.
but
I
so
had
much
it in
of
high-
our core life experiences.
No man, when they got high school is HFLE.
Yeah.
And a
Yes,
guidance counseling
that's true.
session again,
That's
yeah,
true.
and them talk to you about everything else except anger management
But the
and how
thing
to
is,
properly address a person and all them
but the
stuff.
thing is, living a life is it just can't be compiled down into a 30-minute session fee a year or 4. There needs to be an expansion of that aspect of how to avoid conflict, how to discipline oneself, how to discipline others as a parent. There needs to be a parenting class, and every single parent needs to go to that class.
honestly
Honest to God truth.
speaking, you can never prepare enough to be a parent, because once you have that child, and I've said this to my mom too. I said, not my mom, sorry, in Sunday school,
Mhm.
I said that yes, you gave birth to this human being, but your perspectives will always be different. As a parent, however, you need to understand that just like how your child needs to learn from you, you also need to learn from your child.
True.
Yes, you can never, as I said before, you can never prepare enough to be a parent. But before you become a parent, check yourself. Mentally, emotionally, physically,
Financially.
every alley. Not, and you never be financially ready for a child either. But in all those alleys, so that's something that we call mental health, because a lot of us have children and project on our child. And then when the child comes to school, the child projects on the teacher.
True.
You understand what I'm
True.
saying? So before deciding to act, there's nothing wrong in having children. The Bible said be fruitful and multiply. Multiply, please.
Yeah, but the problem come about when you have children having children.
Yeah.
That too.
That's
You
that's
understand?
another problem.
But at the end of the day,
no,
I mean, because a lot of persons are having children these days and they stay projecting on their child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the child grows up thinking that this is okay, and they develop so many issues, and they know they have their PTSD, they have their anxiety, they have the depression and things like that. And
Exactly.
parents back in her day, they believe that, oh, me never have depression and me never have those things. Yes, you did. There was just never a title to it.
Mm-hmm. And I'm glad you brought that up, because you mentioned something. You can never be prepared for a child, and I agree with that. You can never truly be prepared for the trials of parenthood. I can't even begin to imagine what parenthood must be like. But at the same time, there is more we can do. There is more work to be
Which
done
is true.
in educating people, in getting people involved. Like back in my day, every single parent.
Back in your day.
No, as in like back when I was in
Sorry,
primary
no.
school.
Okay, there we
If
go.
there was a PTA meeting and my mother that come after work go PTA meeting, if my teacher called my mother and say, Miss Price, there's something we need to talk to you about your son, my mother would have put on clothes and come out of school, sit down with the teacher, work out a plan, do knows what, right? We need to have more of that. We need to have more parent
There
involvement
you go.
in
Active
education.
parenting.
Exactly,
Yeah.
because
Can we talk about active parenting?
Look
Because
here,
a
I
lot
forgot
of
to do that
parents
another time,
don't
you know,
need
because
know
we
how
are
to be
pressed for time.
active.
So
I am
we
just
have to
saying.
move on to the next
Yeah.
topic. So we take a little break and then we come back with the other topic.
Yeah.
Man.
He's so humble,
Never touch a lion.
roaring. I'm walking through this valley of tests, and I've never been a week caught in the wilderness. The power of God preserves I, guiding in all I do. So trotting through the heights and the depths, we trample frustration and we conquer stress.
All right. So, welcome back.
very short break. But
Yeah, because, we don't want to spend the whole day.
NCB
I do
lines could
whatever.
never.
However, so look here. We're living in a very festive place, And people always say you have some people who are quiet. And the quiet one them if you worry about now, you go and tease them, you realize when they lash out.
That
Yeah,
is
man.
Yo,
No, one thing, actually just touch back from the beginning a little bit, because it
No, because
He's so humble,
Never touch a lion.
roaring.
sir,
that's so, and I write that's how we make a mistake.
sir,
No, you can work. Well, no, you can work at this place.
sir.
I don't know how long you did that work, but of all the things we did, you are gonna go perplex this one animal.
Sir.
You are gonna like.
context,
Sir.
please, for our viewers and
All right. So
listeners.
what I'm
context.
referring to is the incident that happened at the Jamaica Zoo very
Yeah.
recently, where this employee decided to go perplex the lion, and the lion
Yeah,
decided
and
to
the
go,
lion said, listen,
I'm not having it no more. I'm tired of it.
food for one?
Right?
Yes.
No.
See, them always wait until the horse gone through the gate now, but in this case, it's a finger.
No.
My God.
No, you can imagine you did that one line rip off your finger. Yes, a good story that you talk about when you're on your bridge them attack. Say, yo, my finger gone, no brother. But in all seriousness, like, what?
Why would you perplex a lion?
Thank
See, lions are one of my favorite animals of all time. If lions, did not eat,
Meat?
Animals.
humans.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
I would own a lion because I absolutely love lions. But in a real life now, you see this nice clean pet in a
Really
cage, a mining business, probably a drinking water, a mining business, just like the carnival song. Yeah, and he's just there sitting there looking at take fresh air. Probably I talk to God one away. You see me? Or probably I talk to him lion friend on the cage and I say, yo, what God, so to the nice too, and the clothes them kind of look very partly. You understand? And like they look like it's like a flash, and then you just take up your enough self in a real life. Come on now. And they say you go push. No, but then again too. Did you see another video that came up on social media with a lady doing the same thing?
You're joking, right?
I'm not joking. I'm very
Wow.
much serious.
There's just so many cases where you have
No.
people messing with animals.
And she's there pushing her. And I'm just like, friend, you never see what happened to the last employee. Friend.
Make it dissect this a little bit more. Right?
Ha!
Poor choice of words, but
I think they were a perfect choice of words.
let us look at something here. That,
Dead.
you know, we're looking at the employee and him losing a finger because of lion, but let's look at it from another point of view, from a business aspect. So further upon further investigations, it is now coming to light that the Jamaica Zoo, which is in St. Elizabeth, the Lacovia side, they actually don't have a license to operate as an attraction. Now they've been open since 2010, about March something.
Yeah, when we had it
whatever,
10.
2010, right? Wow. Okay, cool. Now, let me ask you this, and this is I'm going off of an article. So as we stated before, the views expressed here are not necessarily those of the
Yes,
college,
sir.
right,
Yeah.
or the institution. Now, let me ask you this. We're in 2022. May 25, 2022. Well, that more than 10 years ago. You're telling me that TPDCO did not know that them not have no... So,
No, hold on, no.
Because-
what if the lion never bite off iron eye
then
finger?
that me I try to show you.
Cause
So now the dread the them not have him have him finger them still I got operate like that. So
Yeah.
No, the thing is, there are
because-
only two possible outcomes here, both of which are bad.
No.
Either the regulatory bodies were incompetent in not knowing that the
Well,
organization was not
obviously.
12 years.
Alter-
12 years.
Obviously.
And it's not even like the startup company where nobody know about. It's Jamaica Zoo.
We advertise on
Look here, man.
TV, radio, social
Thank you.
media, we have
That
everything.
leads us to my second
All right.
alternative. There must be some corruption at play.
Whoa. Hold on.
No, I'm just saying
no,
those
no,
are the
no,
only
those are
two-
some strong words you just said. You know, there must, be. You have to choose the words carefully, you know.
Yeah.
But
Because
what's
you can't come out. No.
what's
no.
the most like option?
Listen,
Either they
listen,
even
listen,
didn't know about
listen.
it, or they were complicit in it. Those are the
No,
only two options.
you know, again, your opinion, sir. I cannot judge you on your
Listen,
opinion.
all I am
Entitled to
saying
you
is
and-
this, right?
Mm.
Let the lion mind in business. No, it went as far as the fact that because everybody, when the initial video came out, everybody thought it was Hope Zoo.
Right.
But then
right.
Hope Zoo came out on social media and posted a big picture of a
Said, "Look
nice,
here."
clean lion and be like, listen, let me tell you something. First of all, hold up. That ain't us. So reiterate a statement and get it correct because that ain't us. Like on God, that ain't us. And they came out and they were like, okay, this is who we are and this is what we represent and we do not condone these type of things.
no.
But animal cruelty is a thing though. And teasing that
animal
animal,
cruelty
getting him
is-
trying to roar is a form of
No.
animal cruelty.
But you have to understand, you know, say, all right, look at it like this. And we tend to just jump on something and run with it. But look at it like this, right? You are an employee at the Jamaica Zoo. You're getting your money at the end of every 2 weeks or a month or however not they get paid. I don't know and don't quote me on it. Now, you did it and you can make your little money. But at the end of the day, when you come and your guests get pleased, you get a little tip. Now, if you can get the lion for roar. Now, when you go to zoo, one I think you want to hear a lion roar. Everybody want to hear lion
No,
roar.
me just
'cause
want
you got,
touch a lion.
You see all them something you want to touch a lion. Whoever people go there just to hear a lion roar because lion is a very majestic beast. And
Nice bad.
you want to go hear the lion roar. So if you can get the lion for roar,
There
and
is
you
so
get a
many
little-
other
Well, I know.
alternatives than pushing a finger through the gate.
No, because all right, you work there. You don't know how it thing already. Say, yo, come here, man. You do something for
You
them
nah
now.
push no finger through no gate for any.
No, but
No.
I think it's a larger problem where we are not cognizant of how mortal we are. Because
True.
we are living in a modern day world with so much, we have so better healthcare than previous times. We have so much more safety. We are living in a world where either you're dead from an incurable disease or old age, or it was sudden like an accident. But we are not really cognizant of how fragile we are. If we trip and fall one wrong way, our neck broke that and then we're dead, we did.
Ouch, Jesus.
I'm just
Wow.
saying, there is
So
we
blunt.
are fragile and we need to treat our life better. We
And
need to
that's
care for the
why
life.
him should just make the lion mind in business. Because the lion was perfectly fine. It could be a case where the lion was even taking a nap. Understand me? A nice
So, alright.
nap.
Going back to what I'm saying,
And the-
like, I don't know how many of you actually ever been on the Black River Safari. The Black River Safari is an amazing experience. You
Okay,
go out on a
Mr.
boat.
Luxury.
No, man. It's in Black River. I mean,
Really, I
obviously.
never would have guessed.
So, so
Wow.
it's a tour. You go out on the Black River Safari and you have your tour guides, but it's on a boat and it's the safari is not actually like the jungle. It's on a body of water, and this body of water is a preserve for the crocodiles that are there. Now, if you've ever been on the safari, for those of you who are listening, like there's a section where the boat stops and they feed the crocodile. So they go out and they slap the water and get the crocodile to come up, scratch the belly and all of this.
No.
And no. You
That
see,
is actually very
no,
true.
you have this attraction because you go and you want to see somebody risk them life to play with a dangerous animal for your amusement, and then you go give him a little tip for that. It's just like you go into the zoo, the man gonna make the lion roar, so you get a little something in your pocket. Now, going back to the immortal thing, but you have to think about it like this. Say, yo, you are
Immortal
make
or
a little.
mortal?
Well, we thinking we're immortal,
Okay.
Yeah.
so we have to make a little money in our pocket. Cause times hard, you know.
Yeah, man, can't
Everything
get all gas
rough.
price. I go. Me
Look here, me not even, me not even go this, you know, because so.
That is a whole fruit
I
salad
mean,
for another day.
Not a paid promotion or anything, but if you are ever in the area, I really recommend taking a trip down to the Black River Safari. Trust me, it'll be worth it.
Yeah, I hear your story and I'm
However-
understanding it, but no.
What do you mean, but no? Like,
no to the concept of going anywhere near crocodiles, feeding crocodiles. Just
But
no.
crocodile and alligator different.
Even crocodile,
so
alligator,
you ever live
whoever
your
them
life
be.
and experience various things. You know how much people pay money for Company Island for go experience what we live?
Yeah, I get that, but I want you to focus on the first part of your sentence where you say, live your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, live your life. Life is meant to
Live-
be lived, but me not gonna
keyword,
cut myself and go near
live.
no
So let me ask you
crocodile.
this. So this beautiful planet was created with various creatures on it, and you're going to live your life
Yeah.
not seeing them.
When back when
firsthand?
Noah was a boy and creatures were not eating when they're
No,
not
me not
supposed
say
to
I have
eat.
to experience life, but this planet is beautiful. It is
Right.
also deadly.
It is.
There are animals out there with
Right.
a bite force bigger than a vice.
But let me ask you a question. How many humans are on the face of the earth?
No, 7.8 billion.
All right. A whole heap of animals there and we're still there.
True, but
Point taken.
But then my question now to you, it's a moral question.
mm,
We talk about this and living and all of that. The lions are kept in a cage for people to come and pay money and be amused. Animal cruelty or not?
It is actually.
good
having them
question.
locked up
It
like
depends
that.
on how they're treated.
Yeah. That
Because if they're well fed and given great health care and
Okay,
such,
perfect. Mr. Price, you show up to work every day, Monday to Friday, you
Oh,
go home, you
snap.
get a
Oh,
paycheck.
no.
Somebody comes to you at work and puts you in a grilled up area for
No,
people
man,
to
we're not-
walk by. Hold on, people to walk by and pay. Now you wake up in the morning at 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock. You wake up, there's a healthy breakfast there for you. Snacks throughout the day, lunch, dinner. If you get sick, instantly you get treated and all of that. However, you can't go to a beach, you can't go to this, you can't go to shopping. You have to stay there because from Sunday to Sunday,
Because me
people
I
pay
find my
money.
way out.
People pay money to come there. Is that cruelty?
it's a good question because, firstly,
It's a 50% answer.
So I mean, it's
Well-
a moral question.
well,
now.
the thing
So
is,
it comes down to who you
humans
are.
are different from animals. We experience boredom, right?
And animals.
So
do
animal
too.
no experience
No,
boredom, so what
animals
do
do
you mean?
experience boredom.
No, animals do experience boredom,
Exactly.
but
Sir.
at the same time, I think there's nothing wrong with looking at animals, getting interested in nature. It's just a matter of finding a way to do it sustainably and
Okay.
humanely.
Okay.
Because, for example, if we let animals be in their natural habitat, but we observe from a safe distance, like those African safaris where they actually drive jeeps
Right.
into the animal reserves, and
Okay.
the animal is in their home. You just get to get up close with them and see them, right?
Alright.
In that case, I don't think it's inhumane. But if you're locking them up and caging them and mistreating them, that is a problem.
All right. I'm playing devil's advocate as usual.
Right.
So, I used to live in Guatemala. We have an auto safari. That's where you drive your personal vehicle through an actual zoo. It's like a massive place.
Yeah.
So there's a section that you get to. Different gates open up and you go through. So there's a section that it's actually confined and closed, and there's a warning said do not wind on your windows because you're driving through the line. So they run and they play around with the car and they jump up, scratch on all of that. So you drive through with that, right?
Scratch funny car, like
Yeah,
when
man.
it just paint and the bumper.
Look
and all
here,
them
one
something
guy
there.
drive through and he jump up on the wheel on the back, tear you up and all. Them something happen, but
But
it's
that
an
must stress
experience.
out.
But then it's a wide open area. It's not big as where they're from. It's a
Yeah.
open area where they can run or whatever. So do you think that that is wrong?
Once they have enough space
All right.
to play and be happy, and scientists would know these things. Like
Alright.
those who study these animals would know what they're like, how much space do they need to
Right.
be comfortable, and so on. If their needs are being met according to the best experts we have, then I think it's morally fine.
Now another point to this question. That's one side of it. But for us going in, expanding our lifestyle, building houses, tearing down these forests and all, is that right?
Oh God, no! Like if we're destroying their natural habitat, that is a problem.
But you lock them up in a safe environment, so you lock them up, so why not take them home?
Leave not commenting them.
Yeah.
Let me just ask, because I mean, it's just something that we look at. It's like, oh, we not treat the animal them right, or oh no, we're fair, but we really look at it. We take them and lock them up.
Yeah,
And
and
pay
take
money for
over
our
their
animals
habitat.
and then expand and take over for their
Yeah.
natural habitat.
Yeah,
and
we've
we're
been doing it.
Yeah, but it is
Yeah.
a complicated
No, I
issue.
would not approve.
It is a complicated issue. It's dependent on people's personal beliefs. It's dependent on what's available in terms of technology and so on. It's dependent on so many factors. Sometimes it's the best we can do for
Okay.
the time we have, because
Okay.
so many things happen in the past that we see now as barbaric, but back then they just didn't know,
Yeah.
right? So I think if we try our best with the resources we have to make the world a better place, then that's all we can do.
Not
Nobody
just that,
can
not
ask
just
more.
that too, but learn to learn and unlearn things too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because learning and growth takes place every day. It's not just something that stops at a college or at a high school
That's
or,
not true.
or even at your parents for that matter. Because when you go and you have these type of experiences like the man will get your finger bite off by the lion, then you learn and you grow from that, and you say, okay, that was a very dumb move to make, and you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes, and you grow and you learn, and you shout out to grandma for teaching me those proverbs, but you learn and you grow and you move on.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? But I may also still me kind of feel it for that lion there in a real life, because if I made that lion, then would have upset too.
Yeah.
Can
Tying into the whole animal
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
So monkeypox. Apparently, as if COVID wasn't bad
Why?
enough.
As in
Why?
chicken pox wasn't bad enough.
No, sir.
So, according to the CNN, more cases of a rare disease have been reported worldwide, including in the United States, where one health official said he expects new cases in the days ahead. As of Saturday, 92 confirmed cases and 28 suspected cases of monkeypox were under investigation in 12 countries, the World Health
Wow.
Organization said in a news release.
Wow.
I mean,
Anyways, God, I just want to have a conversation. Like, yeah, when they plan for like forward,
Yeah.
asking for a
Careful
friend.
where you are wish from.
No, and it's
Careful
not
where
a
you are
wish, but on a big man level. Where this monkeypox thing come from? Cause
Yeah,
who
'cause,
did talk to a monkey and tell a monkey say, okay, all right, Ray? Cause we need to know. No, like, and then why we choose a monkey?
no, I think where
I have
diseases
so
come
many
from.
questions.
I think where diseases come from, it's a very interesting topic, and it's mostly a combination of humans and
People,
animals
places, and things.
interacting. So
Yeah.
basically, the reason we're having so much more viruses in modern times instead of back then is that there weren't that many people to spread
People
diseases.
experiment too much. Jeez and peas, leave the experiment when you cook your rice pot and stop experiment with
Yeah.
animals and.
Didn't COVID-19 start because of
Yeah, I
the
don't
drugs?
Hey,
know.
we
I
then-
don't know. I don't know.
I know,
Nobody
friend.
know about that. Nobody
But
know.
like, as I said, boy, them poor monkey there, getting a
yeah.
bad name.
Wow.
We're living in interesting times.
Very interesting times.
You know, that reminds me of an ancient Chinese curse. That is the curse. May you live in interesting times. And I can see why it is an actual curse.
Yeah. I mean,
Because to think about it, I'd love if my life was boring.
look here,
Talking
man.
about Chinese,
Look here.
Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings is a really good movie.
Alright. I'm not go bother say nothing. Nah, nah, say nothing.
Yeah, that movie kind
Anywho.
of
It is lit, for real, for real.
So, wrap up.
Yeah.
You know, your final words. Kardine.
Me?
Yeah, man.
I'm going first. Well, my final words is just stop taking things so lightly and at face value.
Yeah.
It's okay to research. It's okay to get different opinions. It's okay to listen. It's okay to observe.
Yeah.
It's okay to learn and unlearn and grow. Right? And stop push your finger in a lion cage. Love of David. Just stop the beats. Like,
Yeah. So my final words is just from everything we talk about today, from the Texas shooting to the
Yeah.
Lion thing to the whole COVID-19 spec. So much of this could be avoided if people just one have some sense
oh no.
and two try to be a good person.
Yeah,
This world
that's
is messed up. There are some things happening in this world, especially in modern times, that are just out
Ridiculous.
there, and it makes you question your faith in humanity. But be the person that makes the world a better place.
Yeah.
Be be the start of the world that you
Yes,
want to
yes,
live
yes.
Then imagine if we
That
feel
is
so.
true.
Imagine how God feel in our real life.
Look here, man.
in.
Poor thing.
Boy, for me, with everything, speaking out to the youth especially and those who are taking care of them, just be a bit more keen. And if you hear somebody saying this is happening, don't take it lightly. Actually investigate it and
Facts.
report it.
Yeah.
Don't come with the whole informer nonsense or bad man to them.
Talk up the things them.
That
something
not
there.
serve
Yeah,
nobody
that
else
not
to
help
help them.
nothing. Because at the end of the day, we are responsible for each other.
Yeah.
Because we are all brothers and sisters. I don't take that the wrong way, but we're all looking out for each other because we're all human beings
Yeah.
in this world. And just be there.
Yeah.
Be the best as you can be. As you say, just be the best. And
Mhm.
I have a song that I'm going to play, but after we finish. But I just want you guys to know that this has been Let's Talk About It. Thank you so much. We are streaming from the Catholic College of
This was
Mandeville.
nice.
We will be streaming more. We're also on Zeno FM.
If you want to listen.
Catholic College of Mandeville TV. On YouTube, we'll be getting more social medias up. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for listening.
Yeah.
Oh, and if you are interested in a degree at the college, just
Yeah.
check out our website,
Yeah.
ccm.edu.jm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
come
man,
take in the education and them things.
Trust me, because we
Yeah.
all, honestly, we do have an early childhood program here.
Yeah.
And I'm speaking out to the men.
Also,
Men.
and if you're a student, whether or not you have CXEs, come and apply for our 6-point program
Yeah.
here.
Yeah,
I would
that's
love
true.
to teach you. So yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll leave you with this song. Thank
Yeah.
you so much for listening.
She cried out. Though she gave us food to eat and land to build her house, we took the most. For power, wealth, and clothing, destroying all her elements. For industrial growth, selfish humans. Look what you have done. From you took her minerals and transformed them to guns. Oh, humans, look what you have done. Creating mass destruction, forcing poisons into slums. She with her, help me, Jaja. Oh, help me, Jaja. 2020 vision blind, I can feel it's getting blurry. The news we've been fed will mislead the public. Chaos will then peak from spending all their money, preparing for a lie that will lead us to worry. Fear will prevail and then rule over dummies. That's how their machines and vaccines will then flourish. A lengthy recession will make this world bloody, and cops will then pile like the age of the mummy. Children will turn on the system like Tuppy when they seek the truth of what killed their families. All that I'm saying right now sounds like rubbish. Heroes are examples of what a madman is. First they will laugh, dispute and make mockery. See truth as lies, but proofs in the porridge. Robots will control our minds and our bodies. Souls can be lost, not physically damaged. Give me strength, Father, to combat this challenge. Weapons won't prosper as you had once promised. The ones who survive will carry on your knowledge. The ones who don't will find out who Jah is. Selfish human, look what you have done. From you took her minerals and transformed them to guns. Oh, human, look what you have done. Creating mass destruction, forcing poisons into slums. She with her, help me, Jaja. Oh, help me, Jaja. It's
more than network frequencies. They'll barge in a life with indecency. Compromise privacy using God's IVs. 5G mass killing wildlife and trees. The elderly who are sick, they first shall feel, and succumb to injuries they cannot heal. Their pensions that youth government shall seize, and food might go short, so let's start plant trees. This decade is the turning point, where all nations will be forged and joined. Surrender before to join. Jah weep to see the earth a cry. Mother Earth is a wife, how we treat her like a. And we live to see the paradigm switch. Economics crash and system start glitch. Soon the poor will have nothing left for them but the rich. Selfish human.